In this video, I'm going to be talking about two of Ecoflow's most popular units, the Delta Pro and the new Delta Pro 3. I'll talk about the solar inputs, the other AC and DC inputs, the voltage, the cable management, and the use cases for each unit. And make sure you stay till the end of the video because I'll share which of these units I've decided to use as my home backup power and why. So if you've been thinking about getting a solar generator for emergency backup power in your house, or maybe you've been trying to decide between which of these two units is best for you, then this video is definitely for you. So let's get into it. Okay, so just right off the top, these are pretty similar, but I will say that the Delta Pro is a little bit thinner, a little bit shorter. They're about the same height, but the Delta Pro 3 does weigh about 20 pounds more. And although these are both portable generators, they're pretty heavy. They both have these handles that pop out and wheels so you can roll them around. But if you have to lift them, they're pretty heavy. I just carried this one up from my basement, and it's pretty awkward going up the stairs with this, which weighs about 100 pounds, and this one weighs about 120 pounds. So if you're gonna be just moving them around on a level surface with the wheels, it's really easy. But if you're gonna be lugging it up and down stairs or moving it to your car, things like that, they are pretty big, and I wouldn't consider them very easily portable. Okay, so let's talk about the solar inputs first of all. For the Delta Pro, this flips up like this, and there is one input for the solar. And this can handle up to 1,600 watts of solar. Now, all of the Ecoflow units do take a proprietary plug that you plug in, then you can plug in your standard MC4 cables coming from your solar into that adapter. Now, the Delta Pro 3 has two solar inputs. It has the 1,600 watt, so the Delta Pro 3 actually has two solar inputs for a total of 2,600 watts. So if you're going to be hooking this up to a solar panel array, you do have a lot more ability to put a larger solar panel array connected to the Delta Pro 3. The other thing I really like about this is the door that flips down and then slides in out of the way. With the Delta Pro, the door flips up, but it doesn't stay up, and it's always in the way. And so it's kind of a pain to get at these ports, whereas this one, all of these doors just slide out of the way, which is a really nice addition. Now, both of these units, you can attach additional batteries. You can see, again, these doors slide out of the way, which is really nice. One nice thing about the external batteries for the Delta Pro 3 is they will sit right on top of this and integrate really nicely into the unit. Not the case with the Delta Pro. It does have the inputs, but again, these doors are just kind of floppy and in the way. You can connect up to two batteries, and they don't integrate into it like they do with the Delta Pro 3. Now, speaking of batteries, the Delta Pro has a 3.6 kilowatt hour internal battery, and the Delta Pro 3 has a 4 kilowatt hour internal battery. And I think that's probably most of the reason why this unit is a little bit larger and heavier, but it is nice to have that additional battery capacity built right into the unit. Now, as far as the inverter goes for running AC power, the Delta Pro has a rating of 3,600 watts continuous. The Delta Pro 3 has a 4,000 watt continuous output rating. You're going to be able to run a little bit more devices, especially high wattage devices, using the Delta Pro 3. Now, one of the big changes with the Delta Pro 3 versus the Delta Pro is that the Delta Pro 3 has split phase 120 volt. So what that means is you're going to be able to power 240 volt devices using this. You could run an air conditioner or a water pump or an electric dryer or something like this directly from this unit. With the Delta Pro, in order to get the split phase, you're going to have a second unit and their dual output hub connecting the two in order to get the split phase. So if you are needing to run, or you think you ever might want to run 240 volt devices, then you're going to save some money going with the Delta Pro 3 versus having to get two of these Delta Pros plus the dual hub. So for a home backup system, if you want that 240 volt ability, then you're probably going to want to go with the Delta Pro 3. I wanted to jump in really quick and share something with you that Lisa and I are passionate about. We love cooking and creating in the kitchen, whether we're at home or cooking in a tiny van kitchen. And one of our favorite hacks is using Thrive freeze-dried foods. Why freeze-dried? Because it's lightweight, requires no refrigerator, and lasts for up to 25 years.
With fruits, veggies, meats, and dairy products, Thrive's got you covered. Whether you want healthy ingredients for quick and easy meals, shelf-stable meals for when you are on the road, or you want to be more prepared in case of emergencies, Thrive could be your answer. Check out the link below for more info.
And now back to the video. Now, as far as the cable management goes, I really like what they've done on the Delta Pro 3. With the Delta Pro, all of the doors kind of open and they're on kind of a rubber hinge and they're all kind of flop around and they don't stay open. And they're, once you plug something in, yeah, it's gonna stay there, but it's just kind of in the way and they don't feel very strong. They feel like they could come off pretty easily, and they are a little bit hard once you pull them out because that rubber hinge will kind of pull out and then it won't close until you push that hinge back in and snap it closed. So like this, it doesn't want to close like that. You got to kind of push the rubber in and then it snaps. With the Delta Pro 3, they've made these doors that just slide open and out of the way, which is really nice. So maybe you can see this one. See how that just slides open and out of the way. I think that's a nice improvement that they've made. So who would these two different units be best for? The Delta Pro is a little bit lighter, a little bit easier to move around. So if you're gonna wanna take this camping or maybe to power your RV and you're not gonna need 240 volt split phase output, then the Delta Pro is probably gonna be fine for you. If you're gonna wanna use this as an emergency backup for your home, maybe using a transfer switch, then I would say you're gonna wanna go with the Delta Pro 3 because you're probably not gonna be needing to move it around as much. It has more solar input capacity. And then with the split phase, you're gonna be able to run 240 volt devices, which is something you might wanna do in your home. Now, as far as the cost goes, the Delta Pro runs around $2,100 at the time of this, that I'm recording this video. And the Delta Pro 3 is about $3,000. So for about $900 more, you can get the Delta Pro 3. Now that is gonna save you some money because when I bought this, the Delta Pro 3 wasn't out yet, and I had planned on buying 2 of these units, connect the 2, and then connect that to my transfer switch. But those combined would have been about $4,200 for the 2 units plus the hub. So I would have been into it close to $4,500, where with this one I'm into it about $3,000 and I don't need that dual output hub. Now, if you do go with 2 of these, you are going to get 7.2 kilowatt hours of battery capacity. So that's, versus 4 kilowatt hours with this one. But you can add a secondary battery backup, and I still think that's going to be a better option to get you up in the battery capacity if you need it than going with 2 of these. So I told you I'd tell you which one I went with, and that is I decided that I'm going to keep the Delta Pro 3 and I'm going to sell the Delta Pro. And the reason for that is, like I said, ability to hook up more solar to it, the ability to have the split phase if I need it, a little bit more battery capacity in the one unit, and the extra output of the inverter at 4,000 watts continuous versus 3,600 watts. So hopefully this video helped you. I'd love to hear which of these units you would choose and why and where you would use them. So let us know down below. Now in this channel, we talk about being more prepared while living a healthy lifestyle. So if you want to see more videos like this, then please consider subscribing to our channel and be sure to smash that like button. And we'll see you in the next video. I'm Jeff. Thrive on. See ya.